Once again, this is Money, Motivation, and Mike, and I am your host, Michael Wainwright. In charge of all the controls and the show is Jason Wright. And hello to you, world. This is the show that can and will change your life. You can contact us at info@mx3.vip and find all of our content at mx3.vip or on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@mx3podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all new content what Jason puts out every Monday morning around 9 o'clock. Our viewing and listening audience continues to grow, Jason, and once again, thank you for the viewing and listening audience that continues to just impress us and blow us away with your interest in the show. Got several things to talk about today, Jason, but first, I want to read this to you. If you look at the people in your circle and don't feel inspired, you don't have a circle, you have a cage.
Powerful.
Now, see, you're very fortunate.
Yeah.
Because you look down here on this end of the table and you're just inspired 24/7, 366.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Is this a leap year? I think, nope. 24/7, 365 this year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a daughter and a grandson that are leap year babies.
Wow.
Born February the 28th and March the 1st.
Oh, wow.
Both of them had a February 29th day.
Incredible.
Yes.
What's the odds of that happening?
Well, I don't know, but
pretty low.
The reason I read that is if the people around you don't inspire you, you have a cage.
Yeah.
Is because here is the 2024 highest paid CEOs in last year.
Okay.
All right. And what I've done is I've written down, instead of going through all 20, I have put the top 5 and then 2 other companies here that I find of interest, 3 other companies. Number 1, I tell you what, let's start at the bottom. Number 20, Summit Singh of Chewy Company. That's animal products.
Summit
Singh is his name.
Okay.
Chewy Products. He's the CEO.
Okay.
Made $35.1 million in 2024.
This is the Chewy.com.
This is Chewy.com.
Okay.
Yeah. And from what I believe, as unfortunately, I'm not a pet person, but Chewy is all kinds of pet products.
I am aware.
Is that right?
We get deliveries from Chewy.
You're helping Mr. Singh get his annual bonus?
We are supporting his cause.
Okay. You probably are supporting the rest of these too. Okay. So number 20 is Summit Singh. Now, here's 2 others that I found of interest from number 6 to 20. Number 14 is Dana Kosho. Uber. $39.4 million. The Uber CEO is 14th highest paid CEO in the world. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Because I would not have thought that. Guy comes up with an idea of throwing people in a car.
Yeah.
And charging them for it, paying the guy who has all the liability and all the expense a little dollar.
Yeah.
And keeps the rest.
I mean, what is the company? What assets do they have? They don't really have assets, right?
I would believe their assets are,
very minimal.
Other than their computer technology,
the office,
the app.
Yeah.
They have no assets other than the people that's out in the workforce.
Yeah. That
are not their employees. They're 1099 workers.
I would assume, yeah.
No, they are.
Yeah.
I do some tax returns.
I see.
For Uber and Lyft.
Yep.
Both of those guys, both of those companies. All right, so he's 14, $39.4 million.
Very cool.
All right.
Speaking of Lyft and Uber, down in Austin, they're going to be doing some similar type of situation with Teslas, but no drivers.
Okay, so they're already doing that in L.A.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew they was doing some stuff getting around. I didn't know if they was delivering passengers.
They're delivering passengers.
Okay.
And I'm going to say they've been doing it now for a year or 2.
Okay.
And also on the L.A. sidewalks, you can see the little robot delivering food.
I've seen videos of those. Yes.
I'd like to order something. Of course, you got to go out there to do it. I doubt he's going to drive to Texas.
Yeah.
You got to go out there to do it. I'd like to order something and see how it works.
Yeah.
Like it pull up and you got to put in a code, I guess, to open the box to get your food out.
Yeah. Something like that, I would assume.
And now here's what I was, when I saw that on TV, I go, wonder what happens when somebody knocks him over.
I believe Amazon's doing like these helicopter deliveries, like little drone deliveries.
This deal's out of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now this one's surprising to me, and I'm going to explain to you why. Number 12 is Robert Iger, CEO of Disney.
Okay.
All right. 40.6 million.
Is it Iger?
Iger. Did I say Iger?
Yes.
Iger. Yeah, I know Robert Iger. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mr. Iger.
Well, Mr. Elon Musk made him famous in his quote to him some year or two ago.
And, he is one of the large, he's in the top 3 largest stockholders, individuals in Disney. Now, what I find astonishing about 40.6 million, which is a gazillion $1 million,
Yeah.
is that Michael Eisner, who took Disney and frankly the theme parks from what is Disneyland, the Magic Kingdom, the Disney Worlds, and then made it the huge resort. Because, those were, Walt's ideas was Magic Kingdom and Epcot and having a zoo, which ended up being Animal Kingdom. And then Eisner, the studios, which was MGM Studios for a long time, all the hotels, all of the water parks, that was all Michael Eisner.
Okay.
Michael Eisner in the 1990s was making more than 40.6 million.
Incredible.
30 years ago.
Incredible.
Yeah. So that tells you 2 things: how big of an impact Michael Eisner had on Disney, and also how Disney has struggled over the last several years.
Yes, in a decline.
Yes, and of course it's a lot of money to go to a Disney park.
Yeah.
Especially the one down there in Orlando. And so people have cut back on that.
I would assume there may be the movies rolled up underneath that as well. Is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember Disney, ABC, ESPN.
Yeah, they're all under that
Yeah,
umbrella.
all the cuts that ESPN's made.
Yeah. So they are the parent company to all that. So I'm assuming his.
Lots of these ESPN radio stations, just like the one in Dallas, they've shut down, and they've cut staff on ESPN.
Yeah.
And that all affects everything. Affects everything within. It's one big bucket.
Yeah.
Even though they may have their own separate entities, but nevertheless, yeah, I was surprised that Disney was number 12, and that Mr. Inger was only making 40.6. Yeah. So here is your top 5. Tim Cook, Apple, 74.6 million. Satya Nadella, Microsoft, 79.1 million.
Yep.
Larry Culp, GE, 87.3 million.
Yeah, they make more than appliances.
Yes. Now this one's also very astonishing to me. Brian Nicole, Starbucks, $95.8 million.
Wow.
Coffee.
Yeah. Hey, coffee's a big business.
It's just blows me away.
It's no longer just black coffee in the morning.
Hey.
It's all day affair.
Growing up in the 1970s, coffee was virtually free.
Yeah.
You say, hey, you want some coffee while you wait on your food.
Yeah.
If it was anything, it was a quarter, 50 cents. I never would have thought
Black, maybe with some sugar.
Never would have thought we'd be paying for a bottle of water either.
True that.
95.1 million for Mr. Starbuck. And Jim Anderson, $101 million. Coherent. I had to go look up everything that they do.
Coherent. Are they
electronics?
Okay.
And they're electronics with the health, with the transportation, with entertainment. I mean, you know how big and important the old electronic stuff is.
I've heard of them, but I didn't know much about it, to be
Well,
honest.
frankly, I've heard of them too, but I did not know much either, and I went and took a quick look. All right, before we get into our topic, today's topic, signs your boss isn't the problem. Ooh, maybe you might be.
Yeah. Well, I disagree from the get-go.
Right off the bat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. 4 simple rules that solve 90% of your problems. 4 simple rules. This applies to anything. Mowing the grass, tending to your children, workforce. If it's not yours, don't take it. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. If you don't know, be quiet. Woo! There you go, Jason.
Incredible.
4 rules, 90%. All right? And also on these CEOs, how do they make those kind of monies? Well, first of all, they bring value to the marketplace and their leaders. And their salaries are production based. So obviously they bring major stuff to the workforce, which is why you go out, you make the profits, they share in the profits with the CEO. If no money's made, the CEO don't make any money, got a base salary. They make money, they get these kind of dollars. So what are you doing to bring to the workforce and the ladder to get yourself to wherever it is you want to go? Hey, what do you think about the wages of women? Do you think they're equal with the men's wages? Are they still lacking? Hey, you remember 75 years ago, women didn't even work.
Yeah.
You know?
I would assume they've caught up in many aspects. Now, I still think there's probably more males making, in these CEO categories, more males making big dollars.
Here's Victoria Rodriguez's post on LinkedIn this last week. Women are still underpaid. For every dollar a man makes, black, white, whatever, the Latino women only earn 57 cents. The rest of the women, all the other, the black, white, Indian, whatever it is, that is in between, is somewhere between 57 cents and the dollar. So you think of the Hispanic woman who makes 57 cents to the dollar bill of a man. What jobs do they have? You go to a hotel or motel, who's cleaning them? Hispanic women who basically can't even speak English. Who cleans the houses? Hispanic women. You got a connection, she brings in her crew. The crew don't speak English. One person does that communicates with the owner of the home. And not that those particular jobs are not valued, because they are. You walk into a hotel, you want to be nice and clean, and they're typically the ones that are doing that. Those jobs don't pay very well. And that's where you come into 57 cents against a dollar. Actually pretty incredible. So even though we are well into equal rights, we're probably still not equal on Friday afternoons with the paycheck. 16 signs your boss isn't the problem. You might be. Number 1, you complain but never offer solutions. Pointing out issues is easy, isn't it? Fixing them takes effort. Number 2, you avoid difficult conversations. Problems don't disappear because you ignore them. A lot of people think they do. Time heals everything. BS. It may heal things for people who can block it out. But if you really want to move to the next day, you have to deal with it. Not only at the job, but in life. You avoid difficult conversations. Number 3, you take feedback as personal attacks. Yeah, we use that old term, constructive criticism. Is there really a constructive criticism? Do people look at it as constructive criticism? Okay. And their defense of that kills their growth. They're taking it as an attack. They can't hear the message. You're done. You take feedback as personal attacks. Number 4, you blame everyone else except yourself. Woo, that list is long. I obviously working in the accounting business and working with a lot of different businesses. The problem in a business is always the person that has no accountability. Everything else is their fault. Number 5, you don't communicate your needs clearly. What does that mean? You expect people to read your mind. That's just not realistic. But you think you're thinking this is the way it should be, but you don't communicate. Number 6, you gossip instead of addressing issues directly. You vent to coworkers, but you never come back once again with our first one with no solutions. You have no effort to fixing the problems. Number 7, you resist change even when it makes sense. Hey, I've had a problem with that. Comfort zone and the rut is a great place to be for a lot of people. In their minds, things are changing every day. The fast food restaurant that you walked into 25 years ago in the fast food restaurant you walk into today. I mean, growing up, would you ever think that McDonald's would have a salad?
No.
I thought it was about a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, and a big old large scoop of French fries. I didn't know they had anything else.
And we're talking something bigger than a little side salad?
I believe you can go in there and get whatever you want. I believe you can go in there and eat salads and never even have a burger.
Okay.
I mean, you can get, I think you can get a salad at Chick-fil-A.
And this is on the menu?
It's on the menu.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't go to McDonald's that often.
Well, maybe you should get your salad. It's probably been pre-packed 30 days ago, ridden in a truck, put in the big old walk-in freezer. Hey, sorry, McDonald's. That's just what I know about the restaurant business, and that's how I know about what's going on. Number 8, you don't take ownership of your mistakes. Well, if you don't even identify them, it's always somebody else's. You definitely don't take ownership. You cover up the errors and waste more time by fixing them than it would to take to fix them. Number 9, you expect recognition without delivering results. Everybody wants to be patted on the back. Oh, this guy over here in the corner is getting patted on the back. She's getting sent on a vacation for her efforts. Why am I not getting anything? Because you're not doing anything. Number 10, you interrupt and don't really listen. I'm going to tell you, I've had that problem in my office more than once. I have exactly what I want done. They don't hear it. They do everything else. We show back up. Nothing's been done. A lot of things have been done, but nothing that I wanted to be done because you interrupt and don't really listen. Isn't it amazing? If you listen, you will hear all the answers in the first sentence, but we don't listen. You bring personal drama to work. Woo! See, we got this old saying, you check your home life in at the door. I understand that sometimes it trickles over. I've also said on this show that if you can get 7 hours out of 8, you're doing well because the other hour is of waste on the cell phone, on the whatever it is. And daydreaming, also thinking about what's going on at the house. The child is sick, you're aggravated, your lawnmower don't work, whatever. Number 12. You don't follow through on commitments. Reliability is the foundation of trust. You don't follow through on commitments. Number 13. You criticize everything and contribute nothing. Here's an example. You go to the candy store and you bring someone back candy. Exactly what they want. Exactly what they would have picked out if they had went to the candy store. But they can't see the candy because they're mad at you because you didn't invite them to go to the candy store with them. That's what I'm talking about. Incredible, huh? Never thought about it that way, did you, Jason?
I have not.
You need to start doing more thinking down on that end of the table. Number 14, you don't ask for help when you need it because you have too much pride, and so you just sit there and struggle in silence. Number 15, you focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. That goes back to our motivational part of this show. Motivating yourself to do the things that you need to do instead of focusing on the negatives. And you know how many negatives, and I give this example. What really happened in that particular situation? What really happened is what happened in his or her mind. Not necessarily what physically happened, but what happened in this particular situation is what they dreamed up, thought of in their mind. And what went on in their mind may nowhere close to what actually happened in this particular situation. And their mind is what they walk out the door and go tell everybody this is what happened, when that's not what happened. Number 16, you expect different results without changing your approach. That old saying, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you got. And that's a fact. Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different outcomes. We do the same. We get up at the same time every day. We go through the same routine. We go do the same job. We get home at 5:30, and we're wanting to know why our life didn't change today. Because we did the same thing today we did yesterday. Nevertheless, sometimes looking at yourself before you look at everybody else is a good way to go. Because 16 signs your boss may not be the problem. You may be and probably are the problem. Now, I'm finished with this. Jesse, you know, we've had a lot of conversations in this country of the United States of America about illegal immigrants being taken and then removed from the country. And everybody's up in arms because this kid was 6 and this kid was 8 and they were taken away from their child, and then they went back to another country where they're actually from. Okay. Whenever we talk about this, we always miss the word illegal. And isn't something that's illegal a crime? Okay. So I saw this quote. If you think the children of illegal immigrants shouldn't be penalized for the crimes of their parents, then why do you think white people need to accept blame for something that went on 200 years ago? Ouch. Hurt me. Pull the knife out of my stomach. That's pretty good saying, isn't it?
It sounds like the truth to me.
So we never look at what got these kids in this position. We never look at I guess you call it a raid. Somebody, the group going in and taking 15 people out of the kitchen or off the landscape crew and taking them out of the country. All right? We never look at that as an illegal act. We look at all the other things that go on. And there's a reason they were called illegal immigrants, because they did not come into our country in a proper way. And there are lots of countries in this world that, as you and I, as white Americans, if we went there illegally, we may never get to leave because you're going to be in jail. But we do it in this country, and everybody's up in arms about it.
Even if you are an American citizen with a child, if you committed a crime and you have that child with you, you're going to be separated from that child. It's no different.
So a U.S. citizen commits a crime.
Mm-hmm.
They go to jail.
They go to jail.
They've just left their child. Their child had to be put in foster home. What's the difference?
Yep.
Why anybody upset about that?
Same ordeal. So, I mean, it's been the process for, I guess, hundreds of years now.
Apparently 200 years,
Yes.
according to this quote.
There you go.
One more time, and then we'll close. If you think the children of illegal immigrants shouldn't be penalized for the crimes of their parents, then why do all the white people need to accept the blame for what someone did 200 years ago? Woo. Money Motivation and Mike continues to bring you topics, things, concerns, ideas, episodes that are uplifting to you, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they hit you right between the forehead because we try to bring information that's of the truth. You can always contact us, info@mx3.vip, and find all the content at mx3.vip or on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@mx3 podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all of our new content, which comes out every Monday morning around 9 o'clock. And before we close, I just had one other thought. All right. We know about the flooding going on in South Texas and the youth camp, the female youth camp, and what all went on there. And then there's been, we're approaching a couple hundred deaths down in that area, the Guadalupe and all that stuff. And now, after the fact, we got to find somebody to blame. You've been catching up with all that. It's got to be somebody's fault.
Yep.
It can't be Mother Nature. I mean, what was this thing doing? Rising a foot a minute?
Yeah, at some point.
Okay, in the middle of the night. Things happen. And sometimes Mother Nature takes over. Here's when I knew for sure, Jason, that there's nobody responsible for this. Sometimes just unfortunate things happen. Now, also, just like at the camp, this camp's 100 years old. The who's who have went to that camp. LBJ's daughters went to that camp. Vice President, First Lady Laura Bush was an advisor at that camp. The old, the governor who was in the car with JFK, John Connally, his daughters went to that camp. It's a very prestigious camp. And the owner of that camp died trying to save people. Okay. That camp's approaching 100 years. Okay. So they had all these things in place for 100 years. No problems. A 100-year flood comes along that even with a heads up, how are you going to get 750 girls out of a situation in 25 minutes? It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But here's the one I knew that was nobody to blame. Because first thing they did was point at Trump and his cuts. And they even said that there's been cuts in the National Weather Service a group, and they could have been more warning if he hadn't have cut them. And, Trump comes right out and says, that's not the case. Some of those cuts in the National Weather case, in the National Weather Department Service, happened under the Biden administration. And now this is when I knew there was nobody to blame. And Trump said, and it's not even Biden's fault. Things happen. That's when I knew it was not anybody's fault.
Yeah.
When one party from another is not accusing the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first time I've heard in 10 years Trump say it's not Biden's fault.
And when's the last time the weatherman's been correct?
I've always said that too. I've closed this show and here we are still continuing to talk. The only job in the world you can be wrong 50% of the time and still keep your job.
Yeah. Just guessing.
Yes. So, hey, I wanted to throw that in there and take up for Trump and Biden and the fact that, and oh, by the way, Cruz back on vacation somewhere. Did you see that?
Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was over in Europe on vacation. I think in Italy or somewhere.
Yeah.
When all this happened. And of course, he's going to get hammered because he's not back in Texas.
Yeah, nobody knows. It's nobody's fault.
and he's saying that, hey, I got on the first flight that I could get on. And now they're trying to say, well, he could have got on one at 2:30 instead of 3:30, you know.
Come on now.
Because, you know, he was also accused back during the pandemic of flying his family to Mexico when we were shut down in the United States.
Haters gonna hate.
Yes, and he come out and said within 20 minutes of finding out he was on the phone with President of the United States. Yeah. He was on the phone with the people he thought he should be on the phone with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What were they expecting him to do? Come back and jump into the water and start saving people?
Yeah, they want to see his hand outreach for somebody, you know, about to drown.
And on another note, the Coast Guard guy, and I'm sorry I don't know his name, the Coast Guard guy from up in the New York, New Jersey area who came down and got in to the situation and saved like 135 people. Coast Guard swimmer.
Wow.
Coast Guard swimmer, yeah. We need to find his name and give him some recognition. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah. Because we need to support those positive things that happen. You know? And here I'm on a rant, and one last rant. It's like you want to know the people who have went and stole money from the Meals on Wheels organization. You don't want to know that Bob took and served 1,000 meals today in his own car on his own gas. You don't want to know about him. You want to know about the other Bob who had his hand in the cookie jar. Why is that, Jason? When are we going to start reporting news of what people actually have done of good deeds? Okay.
Report it both ways. Don't just find the bad. And
this guy went in and stole something at the store. Let's put him on the news.
Yeah.
All right. What we don't know is there's 10 other people that went in there and bought clothing and toys to donate to underprivileged. We don't report them. Once again, for all those, yes, sir, go ahead.
Scott Ruskin.
Is that him?
Coast Guard guy.
Scotty boy, thank you very much. I know the families and the friends and all the associates who are part of that situation and these 135, is that 135?
169.
169. Okay. So it's the numbers continuing to grow. And I like that. 169.
Actually, I've seen another headline that says 200. So,
well, he's done a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
He's in triple digits somewhere in there.
Absolutely. Close to 200, if not a little bit more.
Way to go, Scott. We're going to try to get you and more of those type of situations, those type of stories on this show. Money Motivation to Mike. And until next time, continue to live your life the right way.